Welcome to another episode of Sith Says. We say thank you. Thank you for always watching us on your screens every day. And anytime we are on your screen, you make sure that you share the good news to the people. This show, we have absolute ladies, beautiful ladies, and intelligent ladies who will be dissecting all the topics that you need to hear. I am Rosalind Felly, and I'm here with the beautiful
Dr. Hannah Lisa Tete.
Nadu Olenu.
Araba Kumson.
Of course, and these beautiful ladies are going to help me as we discuss three important topics today. Today we are talking about Ghana's parliament. Is a for me. We'll not talk about it yet, but we have two other topics that we'll talk about as well. And it's a trending issue where everybody talks about. Now, every lady out there wakes up and wants to look beautiful, but they don't want to work out. They want the easiest way out, cosmetic surgery. We are asking you at home, should we or should we not? Well, my ladies will give us their opinions on it. And when we talk about relationships as well, the question we ask, should we tell our partners or our spouses the whole truth and nothing but the truth? Well, that's what we'll be talking about right here on this show, so you can't go anywhere. Make sure you follow us on our Facebook page, on our Twitter, and on our Instagram. It is Joy Prime TV. And also share the good news. As we are streaming live, make sure you hit the share button for everybody on your timeline to enjoy it. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we delve straight into our topic one for today. Do stay with us.
Welcome back to The Sixth Sense, where you get to hear the perspectives of four beautiful, articulate women on a wide range of issues. But let's start it off with Parliament. What comes to mind when you hear the word Parliament or the Ghana Parliament? I'm sure a lot of thoughts run through your mind. Let me seek the thoughts of my co-host here. Annalisa, when you hear Parliament, what comes to mind?
When I hear Parliament or when I hear Ghana Parliament?
When you hear Ghana Parliament, what comes to mind?
Well, of late, really, I don't know. It's been
Ghana
quite
Black
disappointing for me because, you know, the people that we vote into power, we have a certain perception of them. I mean, we look at them and call them honorable. And so it becomes embarrassing for me when I see them fighting or doing things that I least expect of them. And so it's
what is your expectation of them?
Of course, I don't expect them to be fighting over issues no matter how emotional it gets. I understand that sometimes it gets really emotional, and sometimes some people may have other reasons for which they want certain laws to be passed or certain things to be done. Some people may be passionate or over-passionate when it comes to certain issues. So these things get emotional. They're human beings, I can understand. But you know, we have certain expectations of them. I don't expect to turn on the TV and see them fighting. I don't expect to see someone sitting on someone or someone pushing another from their seats. It becomes embarrassing for them. And honestly, I've never been able to watch the videos till the end because there's a way I see certain people. And funny enough, I'm somebody who would like to keep it that way. I'd like to approach a member of parliament with so much respect, and when I'm coming to you, I see you as somebody in that high place. But when I see you fighting on TV, it changes the whole thing. And so I'm never really able to watch the videos till the end.
But really, is it fair to paint them all with the same brush? Not all of them were fighting though, so...
No. So we are talking about the whole parliament.
Exactly.
And you know, unfortunately, one bad nut, they say, spoils the whole soup. So we are describing parliament of late, but these are things that have been masked in the current parliamentary system. I mean, you can't talk about parliament recently and then not mention these ones. Of course, they are doing a good job, but these ones are things that are becoming one too many. It's not just once, it's becoming one too many, and they will come, apologize, we say, oh, okay, it shouldn't have happened, and then it happens.
We let it go.
Yes, that's what I don't like.
People argue that, listen, I mean, this has happened once, twice, yes, but don't let that overshadow the bigger picture of why we are here, which is to make laws and to hold government to account. So, I mean, is it fair to just paint them with that brush because of 1 or 2 or 3 incidences, Rosalind?
See, if you ask me about Parliament, our current Parliament, I'm not surprised with what is happening.
Really?
Yes, I'm not, because we have a divided Parliament, and we have a Parliament where everybody wants to prove that I am the quote-unquote Oga, and I don't want to let my people down, because when we vote, there's a high chance that it's going to be a tie. And we have the opposition heading Parliament this time. And first time in history where we have opposition heading. And so it's not going to be easy. Now, secondly, we have people that we are putting in the Parliament without having a certain criteria for them to be there. Like what I say is, so what do you need to be an MP, Araba?
All you need to do is you have to be, of sound mind. You need to be able to reach the age of voting.
People should love
and
you.
And be a Ghanaian. That's it. That's it.
So if you decide to do that, what do you expect in your Parliament? That's what you should expect, because you see, if I am going to look for a job,
you should have a degree before you are able to get into
That's not what I'm
Parliament.
saying. But what I'm saying is, if I'm going to look for a job, I go for an interview, okay?
Right.
Because you don't want to put just anybody in your company.
Right.
But that's not what we are doing. We're just voting people because they're popular, because they can give us the money. So if somebody comes and buys you, what do you call it, a 5-5 bowl, you vote for the person because the person bought you 5-5 bowl. Or Tokrabamawa, you vote for the person because... So this is what we should expect in our Parliament. Until we are able to put people who are right, I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, speaking the facts.
Right.
Until we are able to put people who are right into Parliament, we should expect this and even more. I'm not surprised at all. And of course, NDC is not going to sit down to let NPP, ride over them when they know that it's a divided front. And then at a point where you know that, we have a whole decision to make for the country, you don't have the Speaker of Parliament there. He's sick. There's a time that he's sick.
But he's sick. If he's sick, what can he do about the situation? What can he do about the situation?
No, wait. You're sick at the time that we have to put him. Like, really? So why wasn't he sick when we had to put him there?
Okay, well, that's a question for the gods. Now, what about you? When people say Ghana Parliament, what comes to mind?
For me, Araba, question is, do we have parliamentarians at all? Yes, for me, when the incident happened, I think I was watching news with my little boy, and he asked me, "Mommy, is this an example of conflict?" And apparently, I think that within that week, they learned something about conflict. So I was just looking at the boy like that, and I said, "What are you portraying for kids?" Because exactly, if my little boy could watch that and ask me, then, "Mommy, is this an example of Parliament?" It's of people that we are expecting much from. Like Hannah Lisa said, we are expecting much from you. People voted for you to be there, to take decisions on our behalf. We respected you. So issues will come, yes, but we should know how we handle them, because people are watching. We respect you, parliamentarians. So when you go and there are issues, please, we all have the ego and whatnot, but remember that you are 7 people. So think about it. What you do, people are watching. Me, I was so much disappointed. I'm still disappointed because we call you honorable. So behave as such.
Okay.
Yes.
So I would have to, I sort of agree with you, ladies, and disagree to some extent, because I've been in Parliament before as a parliamentary correspondent. So I know a lot of these MPs and sometimes what motivates them to take the action that they take. They've all justified their actions, which is not the best, actually. You can't justify violence.
Yeah.
You can never justify violence. But basically, they're saying that they needed to take that action to send a message to the other side that they can't, ride roughshod over them or take them for granted, And so for them, they feel like, okay, these are incidences which mar our image. But at the end of the day, when we get down to work, we get things done and we pass the laws that are necessary to, advance the country and, progress the country.
It started from the top. If the top was there, this would have been prevented. It started from the top, Araba. It started from the, yes. If he was there, this would have been prevented. He wasn't there. The chaos happened. I mean, and yes, they will tell you that they had to do it because they need their people to know that we are there for you. But are your people happy?
So it
are
comes
they
back to
proud
the
of
question,
you?
is it worth our while to maintain a parliament?
Oh, yes.
Doesn't it serve any use?
Well, it's been serving the youth in the past years. So this is something that's happening because we have a divided front and because the leader was not there.
You really insist
mean,
that
the
the leader
leader-
was
I
not there.
think
That was
If it will
part of the
happen,
problem.
it will happen, whether the leader was
No,
there
no,
or
no,
not.
no, no, it wouldn't have happened.
You sure about
Yes,
that?
it wouldn't have happened.
Why are you so insistent that it wouldn't have
Because he wasn't there. Hence, one side had lost a certain vote.
Okay.
So the other person said he had to take medicine at that time. Ghana is sweet. He had to go. That was the time that he had to swallow his medicine. So he got up. So who caused
He's
it?
receiving medical treatment. In fact, right now as we speak,
Which one is
he's
receiving?
returned to Dubai.
Which one is receiving the medical treatment?
The speaker.
Okay.
Back then.
And he's receiving medical. If you can't
Yes.
do it, leave and let somebody else do it.
Oh, but you can't really. That's
Araba,
unfair.
if you can't
If you're
do
sick,
it,
that's not really
if you
your
can't,
doing.
If you can't do it, leave. And then the first
Which
speaker,
is what he did. He
what
left.
happened to the
You
first
know,
speaker?
he left.
And then the
Always-
first speaker had to take his medicine, right?
You know,
at that time.
I think
Come on,
one
I
of the
think they're
things
playing
that-
us.
One of the things I feel sad about is when we had this kind of like a divided parliament, everybody had hope that, okay, well, this is going to be so good because then one person won't allow the other to make decisions. We all thought it was going to be in the interest
Of the people.
And I think that's where our major disappointment stems from, because we thought that, okay, with an opposition being in charge of parliament, that meant that the ruling government won't just push whatever they want through. And it was going to be everything that was brought up was going to be well discussed and thought through thoroughly.
Exactly.
And we're going to get the best. And so that's where our major decision comes from. And so now it looks like most Ghanaians are saying, then let's just have a simple majority. And I think that's what is going to happen.
Exactly.
Because people are going to make sure that then there's a simple majority so that then the party that's in power is able to have
What
their
about the
way.
opposition being majority? That would be beautiful as well.
That's even going to be worse.
Worse.
Because if we've
Yeah.
seen this, what we thought was going to help
Yeah.
and it didn't help, then if the opposition has majority, it's even going to be, because with that, I think there'll be no development at all. Because they won't want the ruling party to do anything so that it looks like they are doing something. So every good thing that would be brought about by the ruling party would be fought against.
Right.
And so that's actually going to be the worst. So
Are they there for us or they are there for their interest?
but
Because it looks like
me
they are
ask
there
the
because
question.
of their party.
That's
but
the
they are not there
question.
for the people.
That's the question. But you see, the thing is that it's tricky because how do you get into parliament? You have to stand on the ticket of a party,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So, I mean, you have allegiance to the party.
Yeah.
So once you get into parliament, you have to toe the party's line. You cannot decide to say that, okay, I'm my own person, I have my own mind. If the party decides that you're going left, you are going left. If it decides you're going right, you are going right.
But that's the
You have no-
unfortunate part about
That is it. That is the
Araba,
reality.
From Rosalind's submission with the leadership thing, I believe that whether the leader was there or not, as you know, the trust that we have put in them, no matter the issue, we don't have to wait for leaders. I mean, before we take decisions or before we do the right thing, or I think that whether the leader was there or not, they should have done this thing appropriately.
Wow, interesting views there. This matter will continue to divide Ghanaians. But let's talk about another issue that is also controversial. I won't say much. I'll let Hannalisa do the talking.
Well, we're going to talk about an issue that is so controversial, like she said, that it has to do with us women. It has to do with how beautiful we look and some changes. I'm sure you can tell we're going to talk about cosmetic surgery, right? Yeah, so please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back from the break. So you're welcome back from the break. I'm so excited because this topic, some of you feel attacked. Some of you think that, okay, it's me they are talking about. And some of you will be like, no, this is something people shouldn't do. Some of you would be quite understanding because you've gone through it. But before we go into the topic, I would like to share a story with you. So
Or
there
you
was
have
this
one, you have
woman.
one done already, like
No, I don't.
about
So that's really, don't be naughty. So of course I have permission to share this story. So
Sure.
there was this woman I used to know. She was always wearing big tops. She's a slim woman, but she always wears really big tops. So I thought it was something that she liked. She just liked wearing big tops. But I didn't see her for like 6 months, and then I see her again, and she's wearing a dress with her whole abdomen exposed, and she's feeling all confident and smiling and everything. But of course, I had to pause and wonder what was going on. And then she was bold enough to ask, "Doc, don't you think I'm looking sexy now?" I'm like, "Yes, of course, you're looking sexy, but I thought you were always the t-shirt kind of person." And she said, "No, Doc, I had to have a tummy tuck." Reason being that she is a mother of 4 kids and her husband has been complaining. So it started as a joke. "Oh, your tummy is getting big. Oh, why don't you exercise?" It started as a joke, and then it moved from a joke to persistent complaints, to the point where she had to wear a waist trainer at home. Imagine how uncomfortable it was for her.
Wow.
And so she had to do something about it. Not specifically because she was going to lose her marriage, but she said it was becoming too much on her mental health. So she said, "I went somewhere, I had it done, and now look at me." She twirled and turned around and she said, her confidence is back. This is one of the reasons people do cosmetic surgery. That's so many reasons. I'll go around the table and we'll talk about what people think about cosmetic surgery. Okay, so let me ask my beautiful ladies what they think about cosmetic surgery. I'm going to start with what do you think?
I don't know, but see, I think that people have various reasons for doing cosmetic surgery.
Yeah.
If I would want to do cosmetic surgery, probably my tummy, because it's been a serious worry for me.
Okay.
My tummy, just my tummy. And I've seen people do it, and look, sometimes I would want to put on some certain clothes, fitting, and I wear it and look at myself in the mirror. I look like, I don't know, but I'm not so confident in
Yeah.
it. But I think that if I should do the cosmetic surgery, probably I'll feel more confident. So I think that probably people do, or people will do for the sake of confidence, and I would definitely go for that.
Okay.
No other part of the body. I'm okay with what I have, except the tummy. And usually after birth, that comes to bear.
So what
Right.
about, you don't think exercise is good enough?
Okay. The other day,
Did you see that pause?
Yeah, there was a
Was it
pause
you
like,
pause?
okay.
Okay.
seriously, I would love to do exercise, but I don't know, the stress, the pain, how to start.
No pain, no gain. Beauty is all about pain.
Araba,
my
will
sister.
you have cosmetic
Yes,
surgery if
Araba.
you got the opportunity?
Well, you see, initially, I was of the opinion that, listen, people who do cosmetic surgery are just self-conscious and are just thinking about their bodies and nothing else. But it's easy to sit back and make those comments when you don't know the full story.
Right.
Like Annalisa was saying, this lady who did the cosmetic surgery, I mean, she was suffering in her marriage, and see what it did for her when she did the surgery. I mean, she, her self-esteem was boosted. I mean, she felt better. So I think that I would say never, but for now, no. For now, no. But I think that when people are considering it, what do you call it? Cosmetic surgery, they should also consider the health implications.
And the risk involved.
Not everybody, should go and do cosmetic surgery, because I've heard some horror stories of
Yeah.
people who went under the knife and didn't come back alive, you know.
Yeah.
So don't just think about the physical. I mean, if you can do without it, do without it. Unless, of course, it threatens your life, right?
Yeah. I see. Will I do cosmetic surgery? I was like, everybody's looking at me like that.
I think we all have an idea.
Everybody's like, yeah. Well, you see, I believe strongly that God created these things, and it's nothing to do with you not being a Christian.
Yeah.
People think that it's only unbelievers who do cosmetic surgery, but it's not so. I think that, one, like Annalisa said, when it has to do with your mental health, you can go ahead and do it. Me, it doesn't have anything to do with my mental health. No, please. If you see me at that cosmetic surgery, you don't think I have a mental health problem. I don't. I'm just doing it because I just want to probably enhance my body to look beautiful in certain clothes. Now, one problem that I have is, you were saying I have a flat tummy. Yes, I might have a flatter tummy than yours, but I don't have a flat tummy. I have a fupa. And what happens with a fupa? It never goes. So you can exercise as many times as you want, but a fupa will always be like this in your face. So there are certain clothes that you wear and you can't wear them without a corset. And sometimes you have all those marks, at your back, because I have some marks on my back because of corsets. I wear corsets almost every time. Yeah, I do. Because I want to wear the bodycons. I have a body that God gave to me that is like, wear bodycon. God says, wear bodycon, Rosalind, wear it. So I have to do what, obey God,
Really? Wow, interesting.
So I actually wear the corset so I can wear my bodycon. But you see, the fupa doesn't go when you have a baby. Some people have babies and the fupa never goes.
Yeah.
So if you have to cut the fupa off, you can cut it. If you want to do a lipo, you can do it. Now there's the other type of, it's not a surgery, but it's a procedure that they do. It's called the cool sculpting.
Okay.
It's a body sculpting. So it's a machine, you go in there and it freezes your fat and then it breaks it with time. So you do it a few times and they massage the area before they put the machine on there. They claim there's no side effects. I know Hannah Lisa is going to say no way there's going to be side effects, but I always say even if I do makeup and I don't clean it off well, there's side effects. So there are all these things that we can do. Probably I should try cool sculpting first. If it doesn't work, then maybe I'll see if lipo will work. But for me, that's what I want. I wear heels because I'm not the tallest. I enhance my height. I wear makeup to enhance the beauty God has given to me. I mean, God didn't turn water into water. He turned water into wine.
But Hannah Lisa, I think it's interesting how, younger ladies nowadays are just resorting to cosmetic
So I wanted us
surgery.
to change the conversation a bit. What if the person doesn't have any reason but just doesn't feel confident in themselves? One thing is that it becomes addictive. And so that's one of the challenges. At what point are you going to stop? Because you may never become content with what you have, anymore. You do one, then you feel like, no, it's not big enough. Let me do something else.
At the same place.
You can do it so many times.
Some people do it.
Also, you see, you can do a reconstruction of your nose. There's so much. You can lift your face up. And
Those
now
ones I'm not interested.
now with all the changes and things like with apps, you can try, how will my face look if my nose is bigger? How you can try all those things and have looks that you envision for yourself. So it becomes a problem. And some people have a disorder, body dysmorphic disorder, where now every time they have to change their body parts. Every time.
Really?
So at which point does it become too much?
Well, I
At
think
which point-
I think with that, it's just like somebody who takes an alcohol. It's just like somebody who does drugs. For everybody, you should have a self-control. Unfortunately, like what you're saying, there are people who get addicted to it. And I think once you get addicted to it, you should get help. Seek help. Because what you do is you end up torturing your body to the extent that now your life is at risk, because you might go under the knife the first time, you are okay, the second time you are okay, the third time you get a problem. And one thing about cosmetic surgery is that once the problem starts, you can never get it back.
Exactly.
It's permanent.
You can go under the knife 100 times, but you can never get it back how it was. So once you realize that there's a problem somewhere, you need to seek help. But then again, like I said, there are people who will lose excess weight and they have the fluffy skin and all of that. They have to cut it off. You can't blame such people. And there are people that obviously, yes, they just want to,
My concern is with the young girls who are opting for surgery, like cosmetic surgery, at a young age.
I
when
blame
you have the
social
energy
media.
The energy to exercise, there's no excuse.
I blame
So
social
I
media.
was about to say,
Energy to exercise any age.
Melissa, when you mentioned the exercise, now I started weighing the two. would you have the same results if you should exercise as to if you should go to?
So you
for
see,
the-
most people
depends.
use the cosmetic surgery as a
So I
cheap-
think twice.
as a faster way.
Okay.
So I mean, exercise is not easy. It requires a lot of discipline. You need to wake up maybe at 5, exercise, and you may not get the results that you're looking for. With exercise, sometimes you lose weight and it's your whole body, but you may not get the results at the specific body part.
Okay.
So requiring the discipline and all of that, people don't want to go through that. So if they have money, they'd rather do this. But it's important for you to note that most of these cosmetic surgeries are not a weight loss measure.
Yep.
It's just to help you enhance a particular part. And that's why you need to have an ideal body weight before you can go under the knife. There are some people who would not even be allowed to undergo cosmetic surgery, and when they insist, the implications are terrible. And that's how
Yeah.
come sometimes you hear that people are dying and all of that. Also, if the reason you are doing it is to make somebody love you more or appreciate you more, and after you've done it, you come back and the person still doesn't love you, that's what brings about the disorder I was talking about. Then you feel like, okay,
I need to do
I
something
need to do
else
this, I need to
to
do
draw their
more. And
attention.
there are lots of stories where people have been left for other people, and maybe they are left for somebody who has a smaller nose.
Honey,
So they
honey,
feel
honey,
that-
honey, honey, honey. If
they
the man is
feel
gonna
that-
leave you, he's
yes,
gonna
so
leave
they feel
you.
that that's the reason, and they make their nose smaller, and still the man is not
Hallelujah.
interested.
Hallelujah.
No, there are issues like that, and then now it affects your respiratory system, and then now it brings some medical complications. So you see, you are talking about the young girls, and I'm saying yes, social media is a big issue now, and people think that I need to look this way. Also, they need to realize that, see, some of the celebrities you see, they may not have done anything to themselves. There's a lot of filter, there's a lot of editing, there's a lot of Photoshop.
Oh yeah.
Yes, on pictures, that's the truth.
That's so true. That's
So,
so true.
yes, so
That's
sometimes
so,
their
so true.
pictures are looking so nice, and you can also look the same way if you just get the right photographer. really.
It's actually difficult. You see, you take the picture, you end up, editing the picture, and somebody meets you in time, trying to see if your tummy is flat. Like, that.
They also not
But
considering
there's a
fact
question I
of-
want to ask all of you.
Yeah.
So if you had the opportunity to get a free makeover, cosmetic surgery, which part of your body would you have it on? I know when now I have it
said
on.
mine already.
I don't know. Funny enough, I don't know because when I gain weight in the right places.
Okay, where's the
Yes.
right places?
Oh,
The hints and the back.
yes,
back
I
and the
gain
front.
weight. Yes,
Okay.
the back,
The back.
the side,
So she
and
can
my
see
breast.
and
Right.
see.
So you'd
That's
notice when I gain weight, I'm lucky to gain weight in the right places.
Right.
So, and I easily lose and gain weight. So if I want to lose weight, or I can do some exercise. If I want to gain weight, I just relax on the exercise. So I honestly haven't thought about it because I think that, praise to God, since today she's saying God gave her a body to wear bodycon.
God said that.
That
When
God
God
said wear the
said-
bodycon.
God
I
said,
have to be
Annalisa,
an
if you
obedient
have to
child.
gain weight, just don't exercise too much. It will come. So I honestly haven't thought about that. Really, that's the honest.
I think if I will do it, I'll do my fupa.
Okay.
That'll be the first thing that I'll go for. And if I should do a second one, probably I'll do my
Second one. We
Yes.
just said one.
I said probably.
You're still desperate to do
I
it.
mean, no. This is the last thing I'll do.
Yeah, but
and
she
that's
said
my
if,
breast.
we're just looking at
You
it.
know, that's
Okay.
my breast because there are certain clothes that I want to rock without a bra, but after breastfeeding, your breast is like,
I know, right?
so you
It
know,
has a mind of its own.
it's like, yo, hey, hold me down,
I
know.
think
So
all these comes with some.
No, answer our first question.
I did. I'm okay with my body, but I said that's why I
Yeah,
asked
yeah,
you
you
that.
mentioned,
that's why I
yeah.
asked you that. The exercising and the cosmetic surgery, so that I can weigh the two. If the exercising is fine, like no pain. No.
Okay, so
exercising is
Araba,
okay, but
For
you
me,
asked the question.
obviously, my stomach, when I gain weight, it always goes
I
down
think
there.
everybody's
So I
stomach.
said, like,
Ladies, yes, ladies. So
Everybody,
yeah.
I think
know,
everybody's
right.
stomach.
Yes.
Everybody's
But
stomach.
men as well. You know, men also have the tummy. Why you don't have? you
There
don't do
are
for
men
as
who
well?
are doing cosmetic
Yeah.
surgery, especially their tummies. Yes, there are men who are doing that, especially their tummies, and we don't notice it because maybe they don't flaunt it as much, or there's not too much attention on them, really. And I'm sure if we're going to continue this conversation, we will not end. But most importantly, you need to understand that there are risks. Serious risk. The ultimate is that you may die. Every surgery can lead to death, but the ultimate is that you may die. You can have kidney problems, you can have heart issues, you can have fluid or some fluid being stuck in certain parts of your body. You can have skin infections. There are so many risks. Also, you need to understand what is your reason for what you are doing. The reason should be good. Really, if I'm going to talk about this, we won't end today.
Well, I think I need a doctor who will give me a free makeover so I can get rid of my fupa. I'm ready.
Please, like I said, we won't end this topic today, but we have to go and come back after the break. So please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.